Chicken Fillets here, and it's time for another remembering episode. This series, well, basically, I remember about a video game. Now in this, I do this in a one-take, one-style format, so if I get spoilers in here, if there's mistakes, well, they're going to be in here, so you've been warned. Now, usually when I do these episodes, it's usually games that I'm quite fond of and have a good memory about, but I thought I'd change it up today and discuss a game. Well, it's got a bit of a bad reputation, and although that I didn't really mind it too much, it's still it's not great. So today I thought I'd talk about Ocean Intergity and Faithlessness. Now I can already hear Luca from Feiito Gaming raging and punching his screen because I'm talking about this game.
You want to know what I think of this game? I'll show you. God damn it, this game is
Now, what I do in this series is I also discuss basically how I got into said game, what I thought of the game in general, and the future of said series. So let's start off with, well, how did I get into this Ocean Intergity and Faithlessness? Now, it actually came about with a conversation that I had with an ex-colleague in my old work. So he played JRPGs like myself, and he was saying, oh, I've been playing Ocean, the new one, which has been out on the PlayStation 4. I'm really enjoying it, blah, blah, blah. And he told me a bit about it, and he was really selling it. Now, I hadn't seen reviews, I hadn't seen any trailers or anything, so he was saying, he was really, really bigging it up. He was saying, you know, you should really give it a try. So, I did. I went out and got a cheap copy of Ocean Intergity and Faithlessness. It's a game. It's a very basic budget JRPG, which is a shame because the Ocean series has a lot of potential and there's some really good games within this series. So, for the likes of, I'm trying to get it off my shelf without knocking too much of it, I have the likes of, you know, Ocean Second Evolution, and we're getting the remake version of that, Second Story R, which, by the way, looks utterly fantastic. And we've got the recent PS5 and PS4 release of Ocean The Divine Force, which, what I have played thus far, is a fantastic JRPG. One that I'm quite baffled that never got a Switch port, but we could talk about that in another video because we're actually talking about Ocean Intergity and Faithlessness. Now, the problem I had with this game, right, is that for a series which talks about space travel, a story which talks about, you know, extraterrestrial, well, I can't really say extraterrestrial life, but you know, that exploration, there's really basically none of that in here. It's very, very small areas that you can explore, and they're mainly corridors. The graphic style in this, I mean, they're trying to keep with the previous sort of stylization of the characters with the sort of anime look, but the way that they've done it, the graphical style, it's just, yeah, you could tell it's a budget title. Which is a shame, because as I said, the lineage of Ocean is definitely there, but it's not top priority for the likes of Square Enix. I can't even remember this is how bad it is. I can't even remember the name of the main character. I just remember that he's a swordsman, he's got like a big blue jacket hoodie thing on, which, by the way, that hoodie is massively excessive. It's like... The other sort of stuff in here, I remember there was a little character, I don't want to say baby, yeah, this, oh, can it focus, that character there. And I remember that character appearing and it's just like, defend the character, or like, she was pretty much useless. I still worked away at this game, you know. There's some of the characters I did like, the witch character, I thought she was quite funny. The design's a bit, yeah. If you know, the design's a bit, yeah. The actual combat itself, I mean, you'll know that with this channel, I do like my action JRPGs. if there was a positive to this game, I mean, the combat system itself was not too bad. But at the same time, the combat system was what made me stop playing the game. It's a bit of a weird one, right? So there's a point in the story where you meet two characters. It is that dude and that one there, and one of the missions is you go into this like spaceship thing, and there's all these robots. There's these robots fighting against you, but one of the like missions within the battle system is that you've got to defend her, make sure that she stays alive. It was so unfair. There was a amount of times where I go into the battle and she's like got one shotted, but I remember that just infuriated me. So this is a JRPG that I really wanted to like, because I like to be positive about my games, but I mean it's such a shame, because if they just threw a bit more money at it, fleshed a bit more out of it, you know, it could have been a good game. But you know, yeah, there's no integrity and there's pretty much no faith in this game. But another part of this series is, well, what's the future of Star Ocean? Well, I mentioned previously that with Star Ocean we do have Star Ocean Second Story R, the remake of the second game, which is basically the best entry of the series. I will look to pick that up at some point. I do have the PSP version here, which I will be keeping, because you know what, this was a fantastic game and will always be a fantastic game. So I think that the Star Ocean series, especially with the likes of Divine Force doing alright from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that there was a lot riding on Divine Force. So hopefully with this new remake of Second Story R, it's really sort of pushing towards, you know, Star Ocean having a brighter future, especially with the likes of the 2D, well, the HD 2D engine being used with this. I mean, they could go back and remake again Star Ocean First Departure, the first one. Even this, right, could make the series use the HD 2D format, because if this remake of Second Story R really comes into play, you know, and is really well received, you know, that could open doors to having a game which uses this style in full and going back to basics with the likes of the graphical style. Because although that Star Ocean: The Divine Force is great, there is some, again, you could see the graphics on the character models, etc. could have used a bit more work, but there's nothing wrong with the game, you know. So anyway, see, this episode's been more of me just rambling, but I would just want to talk a bit more about a game that I really just didn't gel with. I want to see what other people's thoughts were on this game. So there we have it. Unfortunately, another remembering episode. Now I thought just doing it about a bad game was going to be fun. So anyway, if you want to help support the channel, help me grow it, etc., please think about liking, sharing and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to be kept up to date with all the videos and all the uploads and all my ramblings, etc., please hit that notification bell. This has been Chicken Fillets, and until next time, tatty bye.
God damn it, this game is